So, being a fan means that a person will follow you everywhere you go. But are they listening? How do you know?
How do I know if they're listening?
Yeah. Because a person can hear you and not listen to you. And depending on how you define the word, they switch. Hear means to acknowledge, listen means to obtain information, pay attention. Listening means I know that you're there, but hearing means absorbing. So how do you know they're listening when they hear you?
Well, the people who I consider my fans, I think that they're listening because they start telling me their stories. I have people on this site that I have some stuff up on, and this one girl sent me a message, blew my mind, told me how my song You Made Me got her through a really bad time. She listened to it like every day, 3-4 times a day. And she just messaged me to thank me. And I was like, I didn't do nothing but write about my own experience. And this girl is thanking me for helping her get through whatever situation that she was going through. So, I mean, does everybody listen? You can't guarantee that. But I know there's a few of them that like really listening and they really get it.
See, that's the thing about music that I think a lot of us take for granted, because we do it. You know, it's like, I'm gonna just sing, this is what I'm feeling, I hope you like it. But we don't really truly understand in the advent of creation, we were all created to be parts of each other's stories anyway. So your gift transcends hearing and emotion. Like I said, it goes towards listening and understanding. And being that now you have the understanding that people are taking your words, your talent as life-changing moments, life-changing sounds. How do you carry that? Is it a burden or is it a blessing when you go into the studio to write your next song?
I think it's a blessing. Because it fuels me. It makes me feel good that people are listening and they get it. You know, they get it and they feeling me. Because if you pour your heart into something and nobody getting it, nobody feeling it, you'd be like, oh, Dad, I must really be the only one going through this. You know, nobody wants to feel like they the only one. And being that these situations that I'm writing about is personal, it's cool when somebody's like, yeah, you know, that happened to me back, and they start telling their story. I love it. Okay. I love it. I don't consider it a burden at all. Okay.
See, the thing I have with the burden aspect of it is that people try to take it to the extreme and then they change their talent. No, now I gotta do music like this when it's not in their heart.
Right.
And then you got people who don't take it serious and they just like, well, whatever, I'll just do whatever. And then they realize that later that they missed the opportunity to be more and do so much more. Right. What is the end game when it comes to your music? What do you want your music to do in the longevity of things?
I want my music to do for other people what other people's music has done for me. I feel like music is like the soundtrack of our lives. Mm-hmm. So I want them to, you know, be in a place and hear a song and bring out a memory, you know, or find themselves in a situation and then think of my song when they're in that situation. Like, I just want to be a part of people's life soundtrack.
Okay. Well, all the things that's going on nowadays with women's empowerment, what song would you say is the perfect song that defines you and your power?
Oh, my song?
Yeah.
I think the perfect song that defines me and my power is Start a War.
I like that one too, huh? Okay.
That's what it is, baby. Start a War for me, it symbolizes me getting to the point where I'm just like, yo, why am I sitting here, you know, worried over this person? I know my worth. I know what I'm capable of, and I could do so much more than this. You know, And that was at the point when I had wrote that song. That was at the phase that I was in. Like, you know what? I'm not putting no more energy into this. I don't understand why us women, we sit up here and then we'll sulk forever or, you know, carry it with us forever. I'm not trying to do that. I'm going to flip out on you real quick and then I'm moving on. I'm not feeding no more energy into that.
That comes with time, that comes with experience, and that comes with life. Some people go through life and don't take advantage of their time. Some people go through life and don't take advantage of their experiences. Like we always say, everybody doesn't have common sense because all sense ain't common. You know what I'm saying? So being able to put your music there kind of takes me back because I can hear your music in places that I don't see it yet. So that's what bothers me. Because there's people with no talent who's everywhere, and there's people with talent that's nowhere. And that hurts. You should have been on VH1, that Stomp the Floor show where they were dancing. Your music would have been dope. The damn cheerleaders dancing in the NBA arenas, don't they dance in 90s music in NBA arenas? Mm-hmm. So in a new show that could break a new artist, that should be it. I wholeheartedly believe that. I believe you can be one of the dopest voices in a commercial or on a TV series. And the reason why I believe that is because I believe in your voice. Not your talent, your voice. Because even if you didn't have talent, God gave you a voice. Right. And your voice shines above your talent. Your talent just makes other people notice you. But the people who truly believe and truly understand take notice even when there's nothing to say, they watch. So in watching you, you take pride in not only who you are, but you take pride in what you know and what you express. Let me ask you this. What is the greatest lesson you learned as a singer? How do you carry that in your creation?
The greatest lesson I learned as a singer, industry-wise, don't take things too personal, because that could destroy your spirit. At all costs, stay true to yourself.
Truth. Once again, anybody who watches Heritage Hip Hop knows my favorite, I call it a bar. My favorite bar in the Bible. Pontius Pilate's talking to Christ. Veritas, veritas, which is truth, truth. And he asked them, what is the truth? And unfortunately, in people of color's lives in America, our truth is pain, struggle, heartbreak, the breaking up of families, horrible education, horrible health, welfare, horrible. Now, the new thing that we have is we have young men and women who've gone to jail for selling marijuana, and now people who don't look like us can now make it a legal industry while our people still have these things on their records waiting to get expunged. We have a lot of overcoming, arcing stories of pain, drama, yet triumph and perseverance and endurance. At the end, I'm going to ask you about your legacy. But what chapter in your life book are you at right now?
I'm in my, I guess, endurance phase. Like, everything that I wrote about in musical therapy, it happened, it's done, and I'm just trying to rediscover who I am in this new space. Because in the making of musical therapy, there was the relationship stuff that happened that molded musical therapy. But then also, I lost my mom in that process. Which, while musical therapy has been written for a while, but it took a while for it to get finished because of all my transitions that I was having in life. So I'm really like rediscovering Drea Nicole, the woman. The woman without the husband, the woman without because my mom was like my backbone. So now I got to be my own backbone. You know, even though I was grown, I feel like I wasn't forced to grow up until she was gone.
That's the definition of being an adult. By definition, being an adult does not mean you're 18 years old, because different societies have different ages on being an adult.
Right.
By definition standard, a person is not an adult until both parents have transitioned. So welcome to adulthood. Sucks, doesn't it?
Man, listen. Because before, I just felt like no matter what I did, no matter what struggle I had, my mom had my back. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I go through everything. She even gave me the money for my divorce. That was actually the last gift that she gave me. And so it's just a whole new mind frame, you know, because I don't have that safety net.
Yeah.
I don't have the rescue team anymore, and I used to literally call her the rescue team. That was my first phone call. Forget AAA. Calling my mama first, see what she say, then we'll call AAA. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
she was literally the rescue team. So now without the rescue team, and then I have
my man,
this guy,
my guy right there.
You know, I have to be his rescue team. You know what I'm saying? So I have to keep it together to be there for him. So it's just, I'm just in a whole different mind frame than, let's say, 3 years ago. And it's hard. There's lumps, there's bumps, there's bruises, but I'm working through it.
You have a rescue team. Heritage Hip Hop got your back.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, him.
Yes.
Can't take him out.
Yes.